Y'all listen, as I was out and about today, I happened to be looking at the new builds of apartments that they were building. And I said to myself, they're building all these brand new builds that are unaffordable. They're truly going to be unaffordable for the average person to afford, but yet they have budget and income to be able to put all these new apartments, new constructions are going up. All your investors are coming in and they're capitalizing off of the fact that the people don't have enough money to be able to rent these places, but they're putting up places so that the rich can be richer and the poor can be poor. They're not building no homes that are affordable for lower class, as y'all call them, middle class, to be able to rent. You're not going to be able to rent these places. You're totally getting priced out. They do not care. I'm looking at the situation as I was riding down the road and I saw this and I said to myself, I'm going to have to do a video about this because the unaffordable housing is being built. It's booming. It's not cutting no corners. They're building luxury apartments, luxury condos. Who's going to be able to afford these luxury buildings? Who are they planning to come here to be able to live in these luxury buildings as the American people end up living outdoors on the side of the road? As you begin to live on the street and not be able to afford the simple, basic things of life. But yet these homes are going up, and evidently they're going up with the expectations that they have people that are coming here as you're not good enough to live in these places because you're not going to be able to afford them. You're already maxed out. You already have no job. You already cannot afford to be able to live in the very places that you have that are not luxury. I mean, they have taken, as you can say, slum places and turned them into luxury for what they think is, but yet they did no upgrades, they did nothing, but they're steady raising the rent on these rentals so that you will be maxed out, and the landlords are not upgrading a lot of these places. Not everybody, but we know some of these landlords are not upgrading these places. They're not putting in no dishwashers, no marble floors, no wooden floors, no granite countertops. They're not giving you none of the luxury items, no stainless steel refrigerators. They're not giving you nothing of no luxury. They just raising the prices on you, and you're getting maxed out and you're getting stressed out because of the fact that you feel as though that it's costing you way too much to stay in this place, but yet and still nobody's making any money off of this place but the person that owns it. So right now they're building unaffordable luxury apartments. And it's like a slap in the face. It's really like a slap in the face because of the fact that you're out there on the street. You're a good person. You don't work. You done made your money. You done got your degree. You're doing everything you possibly can. And now you getting put out and you getting put out in the cold. But yet and still, they building luxury apartments for who? Who's supposed to be able to afford these? Not the normal people. Not the normal person is out here struggling. Not the normal person that you're trying to get to pay $2,000 a month rent. And you're going to give them all the amenities of a pool, and you're going to give them the amenities of a gym, and you're going to give them the amenities of high luxury and high end. But yet people are outdoors with no job. People are outdoors with no money. Unaffordable housing is being built. They're unaffordable. And this is what is going crazy because it makes you feel like, what is happening? What is happening? We don't have no income for these homes. We don't have no income to even rent these places. So who is coming to rent these places? I mean, evidently there is somebody that knows exactly what's going on at the top. And we need to talk about it. Y'all type it down in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. If you've seen unaffordable homes going up in your area, and then when you go check into them, the rents are expensive. They're starting at $2,000 and up to even rent these places. And they're calling them luxury apartments, luxury condos, luxury townhouses. And nobody's going to win in this. There's just nothing for the small person or the person just making a regular $20 an hour income. You can't rent that. You still cannot rent that. You cannot make it in that apartment. That apartment is not being built for you. That apartment is still going to max you out, and you're still going to be living out on the street. You're still going to be homeless. You're still going to have to live in your car. You're still going to have to budget. You're still going to have to rob Peter to pay Paul. You're still going to be in this struggle situation. This struggle situation is being designed, y'all. It's really being designed to stress you out, to take you down the road of depression, and it's really doing just what it says it's going to do to a lot of the American people, because I see it all day long. People are crashing out because of the fact that you got people that are not built for this. They're not built to live outdoors, but nobody cares. The higher ups do not care nothing about this, and it's getting to be terrible because of the fact that I'm seeing affordable housing being built. I'm seeing unaffordable housing going up, and it's going up in my area. I'm sure it's going up in your area. Just look around and see. Look around your area and see exactly. Do you see anywhere where there's going to be low-income housing built? Do you see low-income housing going up in your area? If you do, type it down in the comments. Type it down in the comments if you see low-income housing being built in your area, or you got areas where there is apartments, new construction being built that's going to be for the low-income people. This is what we got to pay attention to, because if you pay attention to what's going on around you, you'll see some things that are happening that are really strange, that really make you wonder, things that make you go, things that truly make you go, in this season. Because I'm thinking to myself, what is really going on? What is really going on? Are we truly living in a twilight zone right now? Are we really going through some situations right now where it does no longer matter what the American people think? American people now, the normalcy is for you to live outdoors, basically live in the doghouse. So you're outdoors with the dog. It's like saying throw the baby out with the bathwater, because right about now, we don't have no body that's fighting to put you in a place, or that's going to keep you in a place when you're losing your job and you lost your livelihood. And we're not talking about bad people. We're not talking about thieves. We're not talking about people that robbed and stole and criminals. We're not talking about that. We're talking about good, honest American people who have worked all their life, who have put their time in, who have been working the most of their life, who have went to school, got their education, and they never thought their life was going to end like this. They had hopes. They had dreams. They had aspirations. They had things in their mind that they wanted to do, plans for their children, plans for their grandchildren, plans on how they wanted to live their life. They wanted to get married and have a family. That's out the door. I mean, right about now, you'd be almost crazy to be able to have kids and bring them into this foolishness, because you don't know one day or the next what's going to happen, whether you're even going to have a job to take care of that child, and least of all, to whether or not you're going to have to live outdoors, or what's getting ready to happen. I mean, because it just seems like right about now, good, honest American citizens are being driven to the street and asked to live in inhumane situations that are not good for them or good for you, especially if you got loved ones that need to be plugged into machines and things of that nature, and you ain't got no place to plug in these breathing machines, you ain't got no place to plug in their hospital beds, you ain't got no place to plug in nothing, because you've been drugged to the street because of no fault of your own, because of the increased price in these rent. But yet and still, unaffordable housing is being built all over the place. Unaffordable housing is going up, luxury style, beautiful. So somebody got some money somewhere. Something is happening. Something is truly happening in the land, and I need y'all to talk about it. I need us to talk about it. I need us to get them together and type it down in the comments. What area are you in? Or do you see unaffordable housing going up in your area? Unaffordable, because you can't afford this. We can't afford this. We cannot afford to be paying for these new construction luxury apartments with no income, with no job, with no assurance, no stability, no loyalty, not knowing how you're going to pay for it to even get in it. I told y'all, I went up there and I saw some brand new luxury housing, new construction homes being built right here in Columbia, South Carolina. I rode through the neighborhood. I stopped and talked to a man that was moving in, and I was asking him, I just straight up asked him, how can you afford this big, beautiful house coming in brand new? He said him and his wife sold a home in New York for $700,000. They came down here and bought that new construction for $300,000. That's how they was able to afford that. That left them with a cushion and a retirement, so they also had a cushion to start out. So they left New York so that they could afford to live in a brand spanking new construction home with $300,000 extra, or $400,000 extra cushion to retire on, plus they got their retirement pay, so they would be all right, because there's two of them working together. Man, I almost asked that man, you got a brother, you got an uncle, you got somebody, you know what I'm saying? I mean, because you got to realize, in this kind of economy, it's time for you to link up with somebody. You're going to need somebody. You're going to need somebody in this economy, whether it be somebody for you to have a spouse, or whether you just meet up with some friends and y'all start paying the rent together. Y'all got to come together. Y'all got to come together to make it, because they are building affordable housing, and everybody wants to live in beautiful places if you can. Nobody wants to live in an old pig pen. Nobody wants to live below their means if they don't have to. I mean, but this is what's happening out here, so we don't want to put ourselves in a position where we cannot live and can't eat and can't make ends meet, and all the beautiful things of life is over for us. That means no more glitz and glamour, no more beautiful housing, no more walking into your apartment, your luxury apartment, and feeling proud about it. So now it's like saying, You trying to drive everybody to a little doghouse. Everybody move into a shed. Everybody move into a car. Everybody move into a van. But yet luxury housing is steady going up. Luxury housing is still being built. Luxury housing is still out there unaffordable. Unaffordable. It's unaffordable housing being built. Lots of unaffordable housing. So, I mean, I just feel as though that it's so terrible to see, and so heartbreaking to see all these big, beautiful homes going up, and they're so out of our reach. They're so out of our reach. I mean, I thank God for my land and everything I got here, but if I wanted to sell this and downsize and go ahead and get myself a apartment, go to an apartment or whatever, look how much it would cost me. It would deplete every dime I got in my pocket. It would deplete everything, make my credit bad again, run everything up, and it would just cost way too much to be out there like that. So y'all type it in the comments if you think that you're ready for some of this unaffordable housing. Are you willing to work yourself to death to be able to afford some of this unaffordable housing? Unaffordable housing. And after you give your money to them in this unaffordable situation, just say you get lucky enough to get enough money to get in the unaffordable housing, then you're only able to stay there for 6 months because now you're actually depleted and you're out of your league again. Now you're back homeless, and all that money that you put in that unaffordable housing, you've already wasted it. Now you're starting from square one again. So you'll always be knocked down. You'll always be at the bottom. You'll always be the low man on the totem pole, and you'll always be struggling trying to figure out how to get yourself up out of that situation. So I would suggest that you find something that you can afford where you can live below your means, and don't put yourself in that situation to start with. Now, I just don't understand exactly what the end goal is going to be for a lot of us out here, and a lot of people that's out here in these streets that are actually trying to make it and trying to figure out how they're going to live and where they're going to live at. I don't know what their end goal is and why this is so important for them to build all this unaffordable housing right now instead of building low-income housing so that the people can have a place to go. But we'll see exactly what happens. But in the meantime, y'all, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. If so, you've not turned your notification bell on, please turn your notification